Hello family, welcome to lesson 5 of grade A. Now, we are going to learn about transpose. Now, why transpose? As an organist, you need to be able to learn all the keys. That is it. But before you can learn all the keys, you have to take your time, do it one after the other. So we are going to learn how to transpose in all keys. This is a very important topic. So you have to take your time. Most people play it. Most people have played it for long, but they can only play transpose in one key. So let's start. Today I'm going to do all my illustrations with a normal thing that you already know of. That's the number line. We learned in school. I'm using the number line. So let's have it. Transpose is all about this. We are having 12 chromatic notes as we learned in the previous lesson. And that is the notes we are going to use. That's the notes we are going to use. We have 12 notes. When you, on the keyboard, we have a button, a certain button there. Written on it, we have transpose. It depends on the keyboard we are using. In Yamaha keyboards, we have function in there. So I will explain it, I'll display it for you to see. And in some keyboards, we have settings. If you press on it, you see transpose there. And so many other ways you can identify it. When you click on the transpose, the first number that will appear is 0. So let me start it. At the center of the number line, we have 0. In every number line, we know that from 0 we go to +1, we go to +2, +3, +4, and so on and so forth. We have -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. Remember, in every number line we have this arrow here. But we are not going to introduce the arrow. The arrow here represents infinity. That is the positive infinity going to positive. We have the negative infinity. But we are not going to apply this one here. So let's remove the arrow from there. Why? Because we are going to end at a certain point, which is the number 12. Since the chromatic number is 12, so we are ending at the number 12 at a certain point. So we bring in +12 here, representing the positive number of the chromatic note, and we have the -12 here. So that is it. Let's start with one key. Assuming we have key C as the main key, always the main key comes to the center. The main key comes to the center. So by default, if I say by when one wants to place on the transpose button, transpose will appear. That's by default. The number that appears is 0. Sometimes written 0, 0, 0, 0 is on 0. And 0 becomes the main key. That's the key you are standing to play the keyboard. Where you are standing to transpose, do your transposition. It's the main key. Main key is the same as original key. Or you can call it mastered key. That's the key you have. Mastered. Key. So transpose is all about, I know how to play in one key. And the singer is singing in a different key. I assume I'm in key C. And the singer is singing in key F. But I can only play key C. What do I do? The only thing you can do is use that button. You press on a certain number, and then that number sounds the same voice as F whilst you are in key C. So that is how it is. When you take C, C is 0, 0. It means that C sharp becomes +1, chromatically. Then you come to what? D. D sharp becomes the best one. E, and so on and so forth. So that is how the transpose numbering system is. So we are going to display it more on the keyboard for you to see it. I will teach it with the negative numbers and also the positive numbers. With this very example, let me take this note. These are the notes I'm going to teach about. 1, I'm going to use key C and we transpose to F. What the number is going to be? That's 1. 2, we take the same key C and transpose to A flat. Finally, we take key C and transpose to G. So these are the notes we are going to transpose at key C. So let's start now. Yeah, as I said, we are going to cite some examples with the following keys. You have F, A flat, and G. When you can see how are we going to transpose. So let the focus be on the numbers. We have key C as the main key, so it becomes 0, as I said. By default, this one becomes 0. We are doing key C. So F is going to be what? If C is 0, we count from here. C sharp becomes 1, D 2, 3, 4, 5. So where I place my finger is where C is. So this C, G, C sharp, D, E flat, E, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So plus 5 is going to be F. Why? Because this is F. And I come from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try to count it back. So you are counting up to here. 0, 1, that is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, and negative 7. So it means that at key C, F is going to be. It means that at key C, F is going to be plus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or negative 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do the next one. We have A flat. Where's A flat? A flat is this one. So we are counting back. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, A flat. So A flat going to negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try to see the positive number of it. That's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is plus 8. Let's see the shortcut of this. The chromatic note is 12. So when you count back and you get 4, 12 minus 4 it gives us 8. So it means that definitely the positive number is going to be 8. Note that the negative represents flat and the positive represents sharp. Take note of that. So this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4. Since we have 4 here, when we deduct 4 from 12, it becomes 8. Definitely, we are going to get plus 8. Let's count and see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is A flat or G sharp. And the number 3 is going to be G. That is this one. We have C here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is plus 7. It means that the negative should be 5. Why? 7 deducted from 12, it becomes 5. Let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, G is 5. Let me give you more examples. You have C sharp. C sharp is going to be this one plus 1. So definitely the negative number is going to be 11. Why? Because 1 deducted from 12 is going to be negative 11. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's come to key F. Key F is going to be what? 0. Since is the main key, key F is going to be 0. So let's do our first example. Our first example is going to be F sharp. This is 0. So F sharp going to be 1. So what will be the negative number? This is positive 1, right? Okay. So negative number should be negative 11, if I guess. Why? Because 1 deducted from 12, then chromatic number, it becomes negative 11. So it should be negative 11. That's flat 11. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You see, F sharp is negative 11. Let's do a different example. That is G. G is going to what? 1, 2 plus 2. So negative should be negative 10. Let's see. Why? Because 2 deducted from 12 is negative. It's going to be 10, and the flat will be flat 10. That is negative 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change. You see. More example. Let's take in C. C is going to what? Positive number is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That plus 10. So negative should be 5. If I guess 7 deducted from 12 is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, that is negative 5. So that is how key F is. That's how we end. Let me use the opportunity to teach C sharp. If C sharp is the main key, it becomes 0. So here 0. So C is going to be what? Negative 1. We are counting back. We come back, it's negative 1. So positive number should be 11. Let's count it. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You see? Why? Because I deducted a 1 from 12 and it becomes 11. That is it. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is plus 11. Or sharp 11. That is it. Different example, as you can see. F is going to be what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the negative should be negative 8. Since this is 4, 4 deducted from 12 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. So that is it for the keys. I hope since you have been able to do this, you should be able to do all the other things. It's simple. You just take the particular key you are standing to play, which is your main key, as we have D. Then you just transpose from there. If we want you are D and we want C, it becomes 1, 2, negative 2. So positive should be positive 10. 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it's 10. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 2. Okay, so that is it. See you in the next lesson. Bye bye.